Yeah. So there's probably there's a lot of time jumps because I'm not vlogging at this point. I'm just like, yo, this is cool, gotta film it. And yeah, I want to say that this is Cannon Beach. I'm not sure though, but it is just a very nice beach. And I was like, wow. And there's no one here. Like, how crazy is that? Just because it's a little bit rainy. I think this is November, maybe October. So maybe everyone who lives around here is like, oh, it's too cold. You know, who wants to go to the beach in that kind of month? And I'm like, this is crazy, guys. Look at this big rock and all these waves and that other huge rock inside the water. Like, look at how fucking scenic this shit is. Yeah, pretty much out of every state that I've visited, if I was gonna live in one, I'd want to live in Oregon. Because it doesn't seem that different from Ontario. Except you got the dope coast, and you have the coolest redwood forest. I'm like, holy shit, redwood forest. So great. Right now I'm being mesmerized by the sand blowing on the beach right now. I'm like, wow, look at all that fucking sand. So cool. Yeah, and unfortunately it rained pretty much all this day and what felt like the next day. I don't know, it felt like half of this trip was raining. It's just a crazy amount of birds on this beach. But yeah, now we're driving south along, I think it's Highway 101, and there's all these like dope spots that you can stop at and look at, like water hitting some rocks and splashing up. I want to say this is like the Devil's Churn or Thor's Hammer, something, I don't know, they had names like that where it's just like water comes in here and it splashes. Yeah. So again, another spot of water where it's like, yo, look at how crazy this spot is.
Yeah, what are we looking at?
Ah yeah, here we go. Look at that wave coming in. Yeah, a lot of popping out, being like, let's look at this. It's a nice beach. And then we're like, alright, let's get back in. Okay, except now we want to go see a natural land bridge. So we're walking along this path, and it ends at like a platform where you can see the natural land bridge. However, we found another path that maybe people just have been walking to, and it leads to like this weird patch along the highway, and we're like, what the fuck was that path about?
I'm just documenting that trail was bullshit. And we could have just walked along this nice highway for the same thing.
No, the trail was that little platform. You should have gone to the platform and walked back.
And we were worried for a bit because Tyler didn't come back with us. He wanted to go a little bit further, but eventually he came back. Yeah. Now we're yeah, it's Redwood Forests. Ah, Redwood Forest, guys. That's what it's about right here. Like, yeah, out of like everything that we've seen, like, maybe I shouldn't say everything we've seen. Like, Grand Canyon was pretty cool, but honestly, I feel like the Redwood Forests are like up there. Like, this is like a magical place, guys. Like, I can feel it whenever we're there. Or like in a redwood forest. I'm like, yeah, dude. I feel like I belong in Redwood Forest. And right now we're hyped for Big Tree because we've seen a lot of big trees, so Big Tree's got to be really big. And it was big. However, we didn't stand next to it, so you won't have that good comparison. But here's a different tree that Arthur stood next to. That big tree was bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it wasn't, honestly. It was just a big tree. Yeah. Here's another picture. Wow. Now we're getting close to being back in San Francisco.
You don't go, it's real cloudy out. You go, it's real foggy out.
Yes. But it's still a cloud.
There's a difference. It's a type of cloud.
Fuck you later.
Honestly, I love it when Tyler and Arthur argue about stupid stuff. I can listen to it for a long time. And, yeah. So here we are. We're at the north edge of the Golden Gate Bridge, just taking some pictures. There was a point where it was completely cloud fogged over here, and we couldn't see the Golden Gate Bridge like at all. But luckily it did clear up that we could get a couple of pictures and videos and stuff. Yeah, I guess this is like the military outpost or whatever that they had set up on top of that hill for a while. And yeah, we also stopped at Stanford so Arthur could get a sweater. He likes it as a thing that has something to do with computers. Yeah. And yeah, now we're back in Mountain View, and I think we're on our way to drop off the car right now. We got Adam in the car. We're like, whoa. Yeah. Now we're carless. We're just like, not great, but whatever. I guess we went over to Castro Street. I think Adam and I biked. I'm actually not sure how everybody got over to here. But yeah, we're hanging out, having a good time. And yeah, this is like the last hour before we head over to the airport. Like, let's get some selfies, everybody.
You know I love videos.
Yeah, eventually everybody like grouped up, and we got that actual picture. Yeah, I guess this is probably the San Francisco airport, I don't know. And there's the plane that we probably took. Or maybe it was one next to our plane. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Because, yeah, maybe I'll split this up into 2 parts. Here we are back in Toronto. Peace.